Alright, what up guys? Good morning and welcome back. So we do have a Byrd review today, but before we go into that, I do want to say that we still have got the t-shirt campaign going. So please reserve yours, and then we just need about 40 more t-shirts and then we'll be good. They'll get printed and everyone will get their t-shirt. So please reserve yours. The link is in the description, and let's get on with the review. So today we'll be looking at Byrd Matte Pomade. So the idea behind this pomade in comparison to the other Byrd products is that this is a texturizing product. It provides like a matte look, matte appearance, and also basically separates your hairs, give you like a nice loose freeform pompadour or whatever slick back, whatever you are styling. And so this is really different from any of the other products we've been looking at, and so I'm going to try to approach this product in a different manner, present to you guys a different set of criteria, and also basically style in a different manner. So we'll go ahead and start off like any other review by looking at the product itself. Alright, so as I said before, this is Matte Pomade by Byrd, aka the Dirty Byrd. It has the same design scheme as the other Byrd products. High contrast yellow and black, but overall extremely clean, minimal, and made in California, so you can't argue that. Around the edges it has more labeling. This is a water-based matte finish. And on the back you have directions and ingredients around the edges. This is a 1 ounce jar, I believe, and they do have a 2.5 ounce jar that I will show you guys later on. But as you can see inside, it's a really interesting look, definitely different from any other pomade that we look at because this is a matte product, so you see a nice grainy clay-like texture. And so let's go ahead and use the product. So in terms of the smell of this product, it's a big departure from the normal Byrd line. Like the classic had a nice cologne-like scent, whereas like the light pomade had like a dulled down version of the classic cologne-like scent, like a more lotiony, soapy scent version of the cologne. But this one has a small hint of that Byrd, but has a much more like dense clay, like deft, like masculine, musky type of smell. It's not strong at all, but it's still like a nice light scent. And so, as you can tell, I actually already have a little bit of product in my hair. I noticed that I actually forgot to start recording, unfortunately, but I'll go ahead and go through it one more time and kind of explain to you guys like what I said before. So, scooping it out, it has like a nice like grainy texture. You can tell right away it's going to be super different from anything else we've looked at before. So, and as it smears, you can see like a nice waxiness to it and also like a nice like clayiness to it. It doesn't smear as easily as the other products. And so, because of that, you can tell right away it has like a grippiness to it. So you really want to make sure your hair is damp when you apply. If it's not, you might have an uncomfortable time. And so the strategy we'll be going here is to essentially go ahead and style the hair in the same manner we had before. Get that pomp going, and then midway through the day, we will go ahead and kind of like hand comb it from then on. Because when we style into the pompadour, we want to go ahead and set into that shape, and it will hold that general shape throughout the whole day. And so you have like nice like sides that are pretty much down and like a nice volume like in the middle. And so once you start hand combing, you maintain those like sides that are down, and you still maintain that volume in the middle, which is what we want, that general shape. And so you get a nice loose version that's hand combed that looks really nice. And so if you apply it when damp, it's actually pretty easy to work with. It's not too bad at all. But if you apply dry, it's actually really bad. So make sure your hair is damp when you apply. Then you'll let it dry throughout like the first 30 minutes or 15 minutes of the day, and it will settle like that and you'll be fine. But you will want to make sure to do that, and that's going to be the strategy. Because unlike other pomades, like this texturizing product isn't going to be like everlasting hold. That's not the purpose of it. What it's going to give you is like good volume, very lightweight, and good texture. And so what we want to do is give it that general shape, but then let it have its own life, let it have its own like just like freeformness, and then we obtain like a nice loose like pompadour that's pretty relaxed and like easygoing. And so with the product applied, we'll go ahead and start combing everything back. And you'll notice it's not too hard to comb at all. If it was dry, it would be difficult. How do I know? Because I messed up before. But as long as you apply damp, it should be pretty easy to work with. You do have a time limit, so don't procrastinate too long, don't take too long. And so if everything's sort of like slicked back and kind of everything distributed, the product, go ahead, start forming the part. And so don't be too hard on yourself on forming the part. It's not going to stay super clean throughout the whole day, so you just want something approximate and just present. Alright. And in all honesty, I've taken kind of long to style my hair right now, or to basically just go ahead and do the review and move through the motions of it, that the product already kind of dried and I'm already getting like a pretty nice and loose pompadour. And basically, this is what I would go for when I use like any sort of texturizing or any sort of like clay type of pomade or matte pomade per se. So also, this shouldn't be confused with like anything like Anchor's Teddy Boy Matte or any of the other like pomades that are still pomades, but they just happen to have only that matte characteristic. Like these are like texturizing products. These are meant for a completely different like purpose. And so what you get is what you see here. It's like a nice, pretty loose pompadour. Like the new characteristics we look for are basically volume, control, and just like kind of like just texture overall. Like, is your hair clumping together? Is it nice loose? Like, just what is the freeformness? What is like the naturalness to it? And so you notice that we actually get like a pretty good volume and stuff. You shouldn't expect to get like super volume unless you're gonna use like a blow dryer and like a roller brush. But like overall, like this is a good volume and stuff. We'll get more throughout the day if we actually try to. And overall, like it's good enough. Control, like that's like, though we want the hair to kind of look messy and kind of like have its own life, we do want it to sit where we put it. We want it to stay there, but also just have a little bit of freeformness. So the control is like pretty good for the Byrd like matte pomade. Like it does sit where I want. I will lose that ability probably throughout the whole day, but right now it is where I want. My sides are slicking down relatively, which is really good. We see me have issues with this with other pomades frequently, but like the hair in the middle is still good. It's not like falling forward or anything, which does happen with these types of products. And then lastly, just like the naturalness to it, like it looks good. Like it doesn't look like I have some sort of crazy product in my hair right now. Like everything has like a nice little naturalness to it, and it just looks nice and it feels nice. And most importantly, like everything looks pretty natural, so that's good. And so go ahead, go throughout my whole day, and I'll come back later, talk about the endurance, the restylability, and just like these characteristics and like how well this pomade like lasted throughout the whole day for me. So yeah, take care guys. I'll see you in a few hours. Alright guys, so I'm back now, end of the day. Let's go ahead and talk about the hair and how Byrd matte pomade fared. So as you can see, like my hair is still relatively the same as when like I left. There's a lot of like volume loss, but overall the styling is still the same. But of course, that required a lot of like restyling throughout the whole day. Like your hair is gonna really start to lose form about like 3 hours into the day, and after that, every time you restyle or lose form about an hour or so. And stop restyling without any sort of water is really difficult. And so you really need a source of water, and once you have that source of water, as you can see right here, you can kind of restyle it. It's really easy to work with. But without water, it's like really coarse, and you cannot run your hands through without some like sort of discomfort. But I also noticed at the same time, so it's been really cold here in California, unusually cold, and we got a lot of rain. And so when I was in the car and it was like kind of lukewarm and everything was pretty just like room temperature 70, 80 or so, like the product stayed malleable. Even after it basically like settled, all the water evaporated, the product still remained malleable. But once that cold weather like hit, once I stepped out of the car, it was pretty quick to start drying up and hardening up. And it's not something I noticed with this product, and then you guys have to verify for me and let me know. But as far as I can tell, on like a hot day and stuff like that, I would love this product because it'll stay warm, stay malleable, it'll actually be beautiful. So like summer, spring, like California, like beach weather, like damn, this is gonna be good. But right now in the winter, Like it's still workable, but you're not gonna get as much malleability. You're gonna need water to kind of assist you with that. And so you maintain a good amount of control with the water, and there is like some naturalness that is retained, but once you add that water, it does look like not as natural anymore, not as what it used to look or what it looked initially, but it still looks good. But like the volume we had before, you really do lose that. It's really difficult to maintain that volume that we once had in the morning. And so like after that, rinsability is really easy to wash out. This is a water-based product, and overall, like this is one of the better texturizing pomades we have. I mean, we looked at a few, not many, but we have looked at a few. There are some great fiber pomades that like are exceptional in some manners, but also subpar in others. And this product specifically, not a fiber, but more of a clay matte pomade, is probably one of the better clays that we've tried on this blog. And I hope to continue to try a few more clay pomades to kind of compare against this one. But if you're looking for like a nice texturizing pomade with something that would allow like a loose free form type of pomade, and you're really in that like hot area when you're like in Arizona, Texas, California, well typically in California, then like this is an extremely great product. I mean, Byrd pomade is made by someone who like surfs, by a famous surfer, and it is made for the beach culture and the beach environment, and so you can really trust this when it is that. But either way, I still think it's a great product, and I highly recommend you trying it out if you're looking for something new. And I highly recommend you guys have another product to kind of take days where you just style a loose pompadour rather than like a super tight and slick one. Like it is healthy and it is good for you. I'm not talking so much about like the health of your hair, but more healthy for your mindset, healthy for your mentality. To kind of take days off and take time to just like style different types of hairstyle and kind of keep that versatility, keep that ability to just do different things. But yeah, so this has been a review for the Dirty Byrd, aka Byrd Matte Pomade. Other than that, take care guys and Happy New Year's.